Hello, everybody. It is Friday, November 10th, and this is another Pixel Tale developer live stream. With us today, we have Caboose, Bowie, Johanna, Chronicle, Lifeless, Macklin, Mike, Will, and myself, Zach. And we're here to show you some of the stuff that we've been working on since Halloween. So take it away,
Yay.
Macklin, I think.
Oh, and then I'll pass it off to Joanna.
Okay.
So you got a lot of passes here. So
Wow.
let me pull up
Could you
this.
search with my screen?
Yeah.
Okay.
Also hit F.
Okay. So I have been working on a new mini golf map called Odyssey, which is based on a Sorry, my graphics card is dying, so if my screen starts flashing, that's why. Anyway, I shouldn't full screen that. It's based on an idea we had for a map that's based in space that Mac originally wanted to do, and I've taken over the project. And now it's kind of a large scoped map at this point. The idea is that we're starting on Earth and going all the way to Pluto across the solar system. And between each hole, there are branching paths between the planets. So if you could see what I'm looking at right now with all these lines between the planets, those are all the possible paths. And if I were to play, you can see that it selects randomly a path. So it's going to the moon right now, and then over to Venus, and then Mercury. It's going Mars, Jupiter, and then watch, it'll change. Gotta. There's. Yeah, there you go. You can see it change. When it goes over there, you'll see it too. There you go. See, it's no longer going to Jupiter anymore. Now it's going to, I believe that's Europa. Each of the planets has unique art, and there's 2 courses per planet. So you would do 2 courses on a planet, and then it would randomly path to another planet, and then so on. There's 18 holes in each game, like normal, but there's double that of the amount of holes you could possibly select each time you play. And I could show you a couple of the planets. Some of you have probably seen this before. Here's Europa. So this loads quickly. There you go. Here is Europa. I haven't started any of the actual holes yet. I just work in the environment. The frozen planet orbiting
That
Jupiter.
looks really good.
Thank you.
I am a fan of this.
Yeah, and the idea is, if any of you played Portal, you know how at the beginning it kind of shows like the hazards you might expect in that like course. I was kind of thinking something similar. So some of the planets would have unique properties. Like the gaseous planets, there may be some element where you get to float across like some kind of cloud type thing, and maybe on the moon there's lower gravity or something like that. Let's see what else to show you. Io's not as good looking yet, but I just started working on it a couple months ago. So I started working on this. The real Io has a lot more yellow in it, so I haven't started painting the landscape yet.
It's so pretty.
So this is going to be a very adventurous map. Every time you play it, you're going to go through a different, course. There's Neptune. Probably full screen this one. You can see like the gaseous thingies, the bodies moving, or whatever. So yeah, that's the idea. You can see all the planets down here that I was started working on. That's the idea for that map, and I just wanted to show you some of the basics there. I guess I could show you one more. Let me see what the moon. I can't remember what it looked like when I last. I haven't worked on this in a month. I've been working on the plaza. Yeah, this isn't presentable yet, but yeah, I'm working on this too. But yeah, okay. Another thing I want to show is the guns. So I've been working on the weapons for Virus. This is one of them. It is the plasma rifle, because we had our
paint.
You can see.
Oh, it's cutting out.
There.
Uh-oh.
Did our graphics card die?
Yeah.
Actually died.
It looks like it. Yeah.
Oh no.
I'll pause that
Oh
for now.
no.
Come back.
She'll be
We
back.
get her a new graphics card.
I think is she upgrading?
Yeah. She has a new computer on the way, but
That's what we call a live stream. So I can
It wasn't Unreal, it was MS Paint that
Yeah,
killed
it was MS Paint that did it.
Confirmed.
oh,
More intensive than Unreal Engine 4.
So I
thanks
can,
Microsoft.
while she's gone, I can show the other stuff real quick. Segue into my bit.
Yeah.
That's okay.
That's cool.
Okay. She'll come back and then I can stop my bit. Mine's not very long. So, one thing I've been working on has been the copycat tool, getting it out ready for people to use. So sorry for my terrible mess right now. Perfect. Oh, screw it.
Perfect time.
Perfect time. So, there we go. That's better. So the copycat tool is just kind of like one of the portable tools that I want to get out. And the copycat tool is just this basic tool that duplicates item properties. So like I can select the stairs that have a set property, have 30 steps, and so I go ahead and right click on that, and then I can copy it. Now I can copy it to an existing set of stairs, which I don't have right now, or I can go ahead and turn on the duplicate mode. And when I do the duplicate mode, you'll see in the bottom right of the screen, it shows how many stairs I have in my inventory. It'll pull from the inventory, and then I can go ahead and just click, I'll spawn it. So copycat tool will let you just do crazy things. Just keep going till done. It will copy most properties from items. So if like an item shares color, say like if I like this purple, I can right click on it and then I can apply it to other things that have colors. Actually, that ended up being white, right? Because it has two different colors. Yeah. Well, anyways, that's the idea. So there's still some things we need to like work out, but you can like copy certain things, like canvases, pretty easily, and then I'll copy over. There's settings for like inheriting the rotation of it. Keep copying. I'm actually out of jack-o'-lanterns. One item it doesn't work with yet is the laser projector, though. Can't copy that. There's just haven't gotten to that yet. But I do want to get this out so people can mess around with it and copy things. And you can copy canvases as well. I showed with the pumpkin, but you can also just copy the whole. So that's getting places.
Nice.
I don't know how much else to explain.
Nice.
Guess that's it. Yeah, it's pretty useful. You can use it with the trees and stuff. Although I don't have any of cactuses. Go ahead and just spawn a bunch of cactuses.
Cacti?
Cacti, fine. Yeah. So that's the copycat tool right now. I do know that we want to make a new for it, kind of like a temporary thing. This is what it'll be when it comes out, though. But like, we do want to like come up with something for that. We have a bunch of other tools we're gonna make too, but I wanted to get it out so that you guys can play with it at least, and then we'll work out the kinks as we go. Because it's still useful in its current state. I mean, the fact that I can just copy this over here is like useful, even if it's not full. Just be like shorter. And same with the canvas stuff. I know the canvas stuff is pretty like crazy used, so people can just copy the canvas materials. That's gonna be very. Yeah, you can just copy the data over. Do I have another canvas? Just place one down. So you can do it on existing ones, or you can do it on. since it had to scale, copy to scale too. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's my bit with the copy gun.
Oh, and I helped code the internals of it, just by the way.
Oh,
I
yeah.
can't take all the credit.
I'm not taking all the credit. This is like multiple people. Hui did the duplicate stuff. It's really
Well, the Steam inventory integration stuff.
yeah.
The good,
Well,
the
you
good
made it
stuff.
actually duplicate though, like
Yeah.
the item, so that's kind of important. I do want to try to change like the tracing a little bit to kind of match the inventory trace, so that you can like use it a little better. But I'd probably have a toggle for that too, because it is useful to not have the inventory trace, because you can actually use it to like build up on the ground. Faces your camera and not like your mouse position, so you can actually use it secretly to get like even more finer control of rotation than previous, because it will follow your mouse, not just your scroll wheel. Yeah, it's got a few things. Might open up. See,
At least a few, yeah.
just at least a few. Joanne has really crashed. So
Is it like scanning her hard drive to make sure nothing's broke?
I think
Is
so.
it doing check disk?
We'll have to-
It's a whole bunch of things.
It's a whole bunch of things. So I guess
It's a hardware failure, and I'm sure there's some software that's failing as well.
I guess we'll
No.
just move on.
The calamity of errors.
She wanted to show more Odyssey, I know. Well, I guess, do you want me to show the, have that ability to show the Autumn Plaza?
Yeah, I don't know what she wanted to show off specifically, but I have it up.
Okay.
I want it.
She'll show it off in spirit.
You want me to wait for her?
It's up with you. It's up with you. It's up to you.
It's up in you.
Sorry, I don't know what to do. The whole thing got
I mean,
messed
she
up.
made it. I don't.
Yeah,
Does Fui want to show his thing?
I guess we'll show Fui's thing and then
Yeah, have
Well-
Fui show his thing.
Oh,
we'll
okay.
wait for her.
So a little note about my thing, forewarning. I've been pretty much MIA for the past like week or two. I've had school stuff and been pretty busy. So this has been kind of like a side project for me to keep me procrastinated on that stuff. So what I've done is I've greatly improved the movement in our video game. So we can do things like hopping and actually gain speed.
I'm so excited about this.
And because of that, you can also surf. So I've imported Surf Mesa into the game. You can actually surf, do air
For
strafing.
testing purposes.
Yeah,
For
not in the
testing
game.
purposes.
Jesus, Fui, what the hell?
I didn't make
Yeah, let's
it-
just go contact the guy who made this map and say, hey, can we have this? Just
But-
give this to us.
Yeah, we're not selling it.
Woo. But yeah, this is just for testing purposes. But yeah, you got your boy air strafing. You can watch me be bad at surf. And yeah, it's a lot nicer to using the. Oh god. Oh jeez.
Man, you're
Oh,
bad at this.
God.
Yeah,
Oh, God.
you're really not good at surf, are you?
No. I get
Wow.
one-
Man, you failed even with that, like, boosted up air strafe speed.
Look,
What the
I'm
hell?
not good under pressure, and I'm not good in the first place. But
Sad.
Yeah, but you got your boy B Hop in there. You got your boy Air Strafe in there. And I hit an invisible collision from this rock just now.
Nice.
But yeah, that's basically been my little project is implementing very Quake-like and Source-like movement into the player movement, and it's all so far as I've tested working in multiplayer. I need to do more testing, obviously, but should hopefully make, if you ever wanted to make like something that's really climb oriented and you're used to like source movement, hopefully make that a lot easier with the air strafing.
Just to be clear, we're not importing surf into the game.
No.
This is just to test the movement.
This is
Yeah.
literally just to test the movement. We're not making a surf game mode. Good
not
God.
making surf.
We're not making
Because I
surf.
know all the people that do surf professionally be like, this movement isn't right, or like, oh, why would you do this for? Scribble blah blah blah. No, this is just for testing. Only for testing. But technically, in your condo, if you make a 45-degree angle on a plane, you could surf it. Technically, if I get this, if there's
If
no
you
bugs
want to.
and I commit
You
it.
can make your own surf maps if you want
No, no.
in your condo.
Voila. Yeah, so I got that going.
Like surf content, like an influx of surf content in condos.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll make some ramps.
People
some-
just
some
getting ready.
in here.
It's really cool.
It's quite nice because you can't do this in Unreal's built-in movement.
Good job, Fui.
Maybe we
Voila.
should have some sort of community poll about surf as
No.
Concept.
Just delete surf from the world.
Done. All right, now what?
And it
Oh,
just,
shit.
just hit delete on that entire
Millions
folder
of
for-
players leave CSS.
To play surf in a game that isn't CSS. Surely.
Surely.
Getting a little better.
Would
at
you
this.
like to play a worse version of surf?
Hey, you don't know that it's worse.
I mean, I don't know. I'm looking
Hey,
at
you
it right
said
now,
yourself.
Fooey.
I think he's just bad at it. So.
I know,
Yeah.
I'm just bad at surf.
Yeah, and also your air accelerate value seems to be like some wacky value. I don't know.
Well, you smell.
Way too
Voila.
high.
Oh,
Voila,
we
I
are
did
all
it. I
friends
did a tier
here.
1 surf map.
Congratulations, baby.
Alright.
Nice lava.
So, Joanna is down for the count. We're gonna show off the plaza, right?
no.
Yep.
Without her. Okay.
Yep.
I'm going to click over on it.
All right, you want to guide me through it, and I just show it. While you...
Yeah. So, as much as I can.
Oh.
I've been kind of not really part of this, so kind of she's telling. So Joanna is redecorating the plaza for autumn, and that's gonna be out tomorrow. So you can see the trees already, all that stuff, and the colors, and there's a new ocean shader. Well, want to go over to the ocean,
Here, I can go over to the ocean.
and you're 2 FPS.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Just don't move closer to the ocean.
just-
Like,
Oh
come
man.
more towards the ground. There you go.
Those are
Yeah. So trying to find a good like quality of ocean that works for a game. So this one seems a little better than what we've had. I know it also has waves, but I don't want to like click that. I don't think that they're set up. Amazing FPS by the way.
No, I just realized that it's paused, so I see all these birds. just
Yeah,
frozen.
Oh,
they're
yeah.
just frozen in time.
nice.
Nice. So
Um,
you got like the worst angle for this water, but
I-
whatever. It's okay. It's clearer also probably for the I mean, oh my gosh, I can't talk. It's gonna be clearer because you can see the fish when you go compared to what we have. Because that's important to see the fish. So there's some changes. Obviously it's not done still. Seeing it time. So can you show the new theater exterior?
yeah.
Go over there. So yeah, but she redid the exterior of the theater. And I know she wants to add like a little ticker to show what's playing. I think that's actually what that is right there. Like,
Yeah.
See
don't
that
know.
like gray section I think is on the sign is gonna be the now playing. And then also like a thumbnail. So I've been trying to look into adding that support for the there. So we can add that to the theater so you know what's playing. But that she modeled that, so that's really cool. I think the underside was done too. Looks like. Yeah, and then I know she changed the building like structure too to make it make more sense.
Yeah,
So it
I did
actually
the
yeah.
theater screen parts, the back.
more detail on the roofs.
Yeah, a lot more detail on the roofs.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
that little
satellite
got-
thing.
Oh, I never noticed that. That's cool.
Well, that's new.
make them feel like more buildings and not just these weird artificial constructs
Yeah,
that exist
exactly.
for you to enjoy.
So also, I guess that's it.
There's
So
new
I-
glass,
There's new glass. Yeah.
which should help with performance. It's
There's lots of
it's
little optimizations she did too.
yeah. You can see through it on the inside, but on the outside, you can't see in. That helps. That helps with performance a lot.
It reduces the complexity of lucency pass.
Yes. It really does help a lot, especially in the area I'm looking at right now with the boardwalk, which probably is the worst contender for FPS. It's
Yeah.
but I know it's
I know you're in the editor, so it's gonna be.
but yes, it helps out a lot more with that.
So
Overall, autumn and fresh and
yeah.
wonderful.
Just realized I didn't set my FOV to 180.
Oh,
I'm not a true surfer.
Nice.
There
So-
we go.
why don't you, when you're done with that little, go over to the electronics store?
I don't know if it's in this, but
It-
I don't think it is. I think it's the old
Really?
one.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
fine.
it's the old
Yeah,
one.
that's what I want you to do.
Oh,
Put the
okay.
old one up. Jeez. All right. So I'm gonna have to. So Lifeless, are you ready to talk about what you've been doing?
Sure.
I
I
wanted
wouldn't have
them
much to talk about, but
No, I wanted to. So this is the central circuit, as it is. I'm gonna have to turn off
Yes.
my mod for a sec.
if you're more.
Just for a sec. I have to
Oh.
switch
Awful.
Windows. This is
You have to turn
a
off
very
your monitor.
manual process. All right. How do you want me to do this? Just do it.
Just just do it.
All right. So
I'm
Lifeless.
gonna be able to see it live. So
No, you're not.
We can get it out.
All
in
right, it's
post.
showing.
okay. As in like new. Okay, so the electronics store I felt like redoing because why not?
It's-
I don't know what else to say. Really.
No, it's just the old one was kind of.
it was
Love it.
old.
old and
It was old. It was from Lobby 2, and you know it needed a bit of loving. So I went in there and kind of made it a bit more
Right.
I love the
modern.
modern
Yeah.
display.
The old one was
Yeah.
very dark and very kind of weird
Yeah,
to
not
layout.
yeah, not super welcoming or anything. So hopefully people prefer this one at least.
I love the television area.
oh yeah. So a bunch of little details.
It's not completely done, by the way. Like, I mean, it's like 95% done, but there's like small little things I want to add still, just to like make it a little bit more interesting. But yeah, I don't
They
know what
have
you're
those
looking
like
at right now, but-
phones just right out there. You know, people could just.
Wow, what a steal!
I would hope they have those little like. You should be able to grab it and like try to pull it away and like.
I love the discount sign.
It takes when it snaps back, it takes your hand with it.
Yeah.
Wow.
This is incredible.
Smart.
Picture clone.
Yeah, because we were talking about like certain stores needing this lift, right?
Mhm.
Something.
I suppose I should mention that I'm planning to do other stores too.
I guess so.
I I guess because I promised this recently as well. Rob's imports will be next,
Spoilers.
but I haven't got a 100% plan for that, so it might be a while.
Remove
Just
everything and just have a phone in
say.
the center of the room with a spotlight on it.
Yeah, like someone stole everything else out of the building because he's not there to stop them.
Oh man.
When you buy something, some crazy robot arm comes out of the wall and then like puts the exact thing you want right in front. Remote service.
Segue with a different thing because I needed to fix something. So Matt wanted to show off what he's been working on. He's actually been working on Pirate Gun. He's going to show it off himself, but something came up, so now I'm going to show it off via pictures.
Which is just video that's been frozen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
But video's just a bunch of pictures.
Yeah.
this is
Which is it?
What you're doing is you're watching a frozen video on Twitch. You're streaming a picture multiple times.
Yeah. It's paused.
This is
forever.
the Pirate Gun that Matt's been working on. It's got like the unlock thing. A lot of detail actually on this. This weapon is going to be part of fishing, but also part of ocean expansion, and a few possible things that we've been talking about. So it's not just like, oh, we just made a pirate gun for no reason. There's reasons for it. But yeah, it's really neat. Fortunately, I didn't make it. Matt did. So I have no idea what to say about it, other than look at it.
It looks really nice.
Yeah, it looks really nice.
Looks like something you could shoot someone with.
I would shoot someone with that.
All right.
All right, I'm
Getting all
going off the
zesty
gun.
here.
I mean, that's what it's for.
Yeah, what the hell?
But you can
No,
shoot
it's for
cans
hunting,
with it.
Caboose.
You can
Yeah, I
shoot
said
water bottles with
something.
it.
Oh, something.
Okay.
It doesn't have to necessarily be people.
They
I
can,
show
but it
off
doesn't
my
have
other
to
thing.
be.
now. I said I'm ready now. So another thing that I've been busy with, and Zach has been helping me with, but fortunately Zach's stuff's not in yet. But he's been helping me with the little mini game. This is fishing. This is a very, very early prototype of fishing. Trying to get like the basic mechanics done. So, I think we haven't really shown it before in a long time because we've been kind of going back and forth on prototypes. And there was a prototype that we did show on fishing a while ago, and it was 2D. We decided to kind of like ditch that and come up with something that's a little bit more matches or more. So I'm gonna just kind of I'm gonna say this is very basic. So there's gonna be some bugs that are probably gonna happen, and two, yeah, it's not really polished. Yeah. So basically, you go to any water that you can find, and you can fish. Certain water may not have fish though, because like it's a pool. But this one is set up to be like a pond, so there'll be fish. I'm gonna go ahead and just toss this out here. Also, the animations aren't done and the sounds aren't done. All that stuff's not done. So I went ahead, threw my bait out, and then the fish started to come out. So I'm gonna go get the fish to come. It's gonna wait. Oh, all right. So basically, the first half of the gameplay is done, and then there's a second half that needs to be made, which is what Zach has been working with. So you basically cast out your bait, and you'll have to go to the store and buy the bait. I have a specific bait that attracts every type of fish. The bait determines like the difficulty of the fish that spawn. And you don't know exactly what this is. Just like the visual representation of the fish isn't what you're going to capture, so it's just kind of something I'm testing around with. And the fish are attracted to the bait, but if you don't get them quick enough, they'll just kind of basic gameplay for the first part is it nibbles, and then you wait for it to like do that right there. 2 types of nibbles. It does this like one extended nibble. When it does that, then you click, and when you do that, it'll start pulling on the fishing rod, and then that's the second part of the game that we're working on, which is the struggle, where you have to actually like do a little mini game to pull the fish out. Right now, it just kind of pulls it out. Basically, and then I get an item. When one thing that's not done, obviously, is a lot of things, but one thing that's clear that's not done is when you get a fish, I want to make it something that you present to everyone. Andy actually did some animations for the third player model.
Third person.
Third person. Thank you. I couldn't think. Third person model. And it'll be networked to everyone so they can see what fish you just grabbed and all that stuff. So I do want to have that. But for the other side of the game, it's pretty much like on your end, so you won't get in the way of other people's fish, and you won't have to steal other people's fish. But yeah, I know it's a little hard to describe these because we're still trying to figure. This has been like about I think 2 weeks in, maybe, new system, and I've been focusing on trying to get like the fish AI to do what I want. So like the fish will kind of wander around, all that stuff, and they attracted to the bait. So that took some time. Kind of figuring out the gameplay that too. So yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to show the early prototype of fishing. This is all I got. Done.
Nice.
Nice. Thanks.
Congratulations.
Thanks. I couldn't show off the virus weapons though. And I just died.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
Well, I guess are we ready to do Q&A? Is that what people do? You can show your surf thing.
No,
Maybe.
don't do that.
Why?
I'll just mess up in front of more. I'll mess up in front of more people.
That's even
That's-
more of a
You'll
reason.
get better.
to show.
It's how you get
Yeah, that's
better. at
more of
figuring
a
out
reason.
I will turn it off.
Pressure.
So welcome back to FAQs with surf in the background.
Hey, what up? It's your boy.
All right. I'm going to start Q&A, so if you guys have questions, just at Pixeltel Games, we'll be able to answer them live. Now,
Favorite color.
I'm waiting. There's some questions that aren't added, but I can answer them.
A yellow reminder at Pixel Games if you want your question to be answered.
Yeah.
For efficiency.
For efficiency, because there's questions that are asked, and it's just.
Yep, like the magic beans.
All right, first question that was added. How's the shooting gallery ride going? So,
God damn it! Someone had to ask it first.
Lyseless actually asked me today if we were gonna answer this question. Funny. So, Lifeless has been working on the shooting gallery ride. Want to talk about it?
We can both talk about it.
Okay,
It's nice.
go first.
Okay, so you might have seen me working on it for a while, like a month, right? It was about a month, or at least like 3 weeks or something. And it looked like I was doing stuff every single day. And basically, the idea was that I was going to get it out, or at least the Halloween version of it, out by Halloween, or at least a couple days after, like
Yeah.
our initial release, because we're gonna have a 2-part release where we're gonna have all the like initial events and stuff, and then this was going to be the second part. But it kind of fell through because we didn't get it done in time, and I didn't really like what I had done either. If I'm being honest.
And it didn't help that the mini games were a little bit of a struggle because
Yeah.
it's hard to test the mini games with like 64 players because we can't actually really do that until we actually deploy it out. We had to go back on the mini games, and that took time out of the whole shooting gallery thing. It's kind of all
Mm.
part there, but it wasn't like it was going to be a secret, wasn't
Yeah.
it? Surprise.
It was going to be a surprise, and then it fell through. So in that way, it kind of didn't hurt too bad because at least we didn't announce it and then cancel
Yeah.
it.
No, yeah, exactly.
But I will say that we will return to it. Not quite yet, but I will probably be not redoing all of it, but I will be redoing parts of what I had done because I wasn't particularly happy at what I'd done. And we probably need to think about it a little bit more, like me and Mac together at the same time.
Mhm.
Because obviously I was working on the art stuff mostly by myself while Mac was doing other stuff with Halloween, and perhaps some discrepancies would have occurred if we actually managed to finish it. But yeah, so
Yeah, there's a lot of gameplay that needs to be done still.
I would say don't expect it in 2017. Is
But that's a separate
probably
shooting.
safe.
I guess I should also clarify. That's a separate shooting gallery from the sit down and shoot at things too.
Oh
It's
yes,
very,
yeah,
very
This is like a dark ride shooting gallery.
yes,
Kind of crazy.
yes. Because the current shoot gallery that's on the boardwalk will be in the arcade in the future. And then where the current one on the boardwalk is will turn into the dark ride, or at least the entrance to the dark ride.
Right.
But yes, it's gonna be a little bit while before we get back to that. But I thought I'd mention.
That was a long question.
Yeah.
All right. Next question was: would you ever consider making a behind-the-scene video to show what you guys do every day? And will you be able to b-hop in the plaza? There's 2 questions
that's
for
a
one.
Matt question. That second one.
All right. Well, I'll answer both. We have talked about doing like behind-the-scene videos and stuff, but it does take time to make them. Video editing is not really like our forte. I think actually Matt is like our video editor. He does a good job,
Pretty much.
but he would have to do that for everything, and that would take him
there
away
are some
from.
people here.
There's some people that
Could
could do it
be-
too,
like
but, you know.
It
Mike.
doesn't have to be like super professional, you know. Kind of like, hey, here's a little rundown.
I guess I'm saying it takes time to edit those videos, which would take time out of our project, and we're already pretty busy. So
We also have the daily dev logs.
yes,
I mean, one thing we could consider doing maybe with the daily dev log is like some people can like put in like small like clippets, like WebMs of stuff they've done
pictures. Yeah.
and pictures and things, just to like fill it out a little bit, rather than doing like a whole like video about all the stuff that we've done.
But wouldn't that defeat
That
the
kind of
purpose
kills
of,
the
like,
Discord
yeah.
thread, though, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
probably,
Well,
but that we haven't
It
updated
could just
that
be
in a
both,
long-
you know.
Yeah, true. Could be. But basically, we'll talk about it.
'Cause
I have
do see-
tried.
No, I do see how that'd be pretty interesting to know.
Oh.
Because I always like seeing kind of behind the scenes. I know Overwatch recently published a video like the making of like sort of the initial systems for Overwatch, which is pretty fascinating.
And like, it's really interesting to know like why we chose to do certain things and why we decided to go this way and not the other way.
Yeah.
That happens time. So I did try to stream while working a couple times. It's too laggy. It just kind of gets in the way of working. So unless I get like a capture card, but anyways. The other side to that question, we'd be able to b-hop in the plaza. I don't see why not.
Woo!
There's one issue I see with that.
Laser tag, maybe. Is that it?
No, speed shoes.
Oh
Of
yeah.
it being faster than speed shoes.
Well, actually, I wonder if like does it compound? Like if you have speed shoes and you b-hop, would you be faster?
Oh my god!
You're just gonna
Just fly across
So
the
you
map.
just have a higher initial speed, but you still like gain speed at the same rate when b-hopping.
Yeah, there you go.
But I
Fine
mean,
problem solved.
technically, you could get up to b-hopping speed or speed shoes speed by b-hopping.
What happens when you start going so fast? You just start phasing through buildings.
Don't do that.
But first, we need to talk about parallel universe.
Oh,
Technically,
Yeah.
Unreal's pretty good about like doing a trace forward. So even
It
if you're
is.
going really, really fast, you won't phase through things.
does a pretty okay job with that.
I mean, remember that melon video where it was bouncing in between platforms? That like lasted a long time before it actually flew
I
through it.
know. Well, you know why it deleted? I didn't do that. It's because it went so fast. Unreal, its velocity went into infinity, and Real's like, "Nuh-uh," and it just deletes it.
Oh, really? I
I
thought it went through the platform and just went off into the sky.
No, it deletes it because it goes too fast.
Oh,
That's kind of amazing,
That's
actually.
my favorite video.
well, yeah. We got some things to talk about with the b-hop stuff.
It'd be cool to have like kind of modifier shoes though, like they're like a zero gravity shoe where you just walk around, it's like bounce.
Oh yeah, I want to make
kind of slow. And...
I want to make that metal shoe like
Moon shoes.
now for the underwater condo. Just
Oh,
underwater
yeah,
in
yeah.
general. You just walk underwater.
Yeah, that'd be neat.
Instead
Or
of
just
swimming.
ignore
And
it.
each step is just clunk, 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 clunk,
Oh, of
clunk.
course, yeah.
Yeah, but you have to go like 0.5 miles an hour. Which is
Just
about-
a tank.
Yeah. Just crawling on the ground
Oh,
like
God.
I'm on the wall.
You just spout tank treads instead of feet.
Yep. That's how you do it.
All right. Go on to the next question.
Thank shoes.
All right.
How is the new central circuit going to fit in its current location? By the way, I'm going to read everything. Out loud.
It's the current size of the current one, but it's deeper. So like the width is still the same. I know it looks bigger, but it's actually not. It's the same size width, but it is
So
it is a more deep store.
It's like a glove.
Leave.
I mean, sure, if you want to go down that
It
route.
would fit like the current glove if you cut the hands off, the
No,
handfuls
no.
for the fingers, so that the
No.
hand could go a little bit further.
Why you gotta
No.
take it there?
Oh my
Well, I
God.
mean, because that's what life has said.
Going
You have to
to-
push it back a little bit further. But
Going to
it
the next
fits in the
question.
glove.
Doing it. This one,
Alright.
because this is large. It's a large question. When are snapshots breaking going to get fixed? So,
That I've got a. Okay, so the game plan right now is before we release community condos, we are going to recode from the ground up serialization system, a lot of the internals for saving snapshots, etc. Because right now the way we're doing condo serialization is not great. We're using some of the internal Unreal serialization stuff, and we need to have total control over it because that's where that bug is coming from. Is something just deep within Unreal code, and so the game plan is me and Zach, before we release community condos, are going to completely recode from the ground up the new saving code, so things like that can't happen, and that will definitely fix that problem. Because trust me, I hate that problem probably more than anyone, because every time it happens, I'm like, no, not again, and I just and it just kind of goes off from there. So yeah, no, that's really high on my priority list. So it's going to be addressed.
it's just a huge thing.
Yeah, it's just a big thing because one mistake. I mean, that's the whole thing with like file formats, is that if you don't really think far enough ahead, like we didn't, kind of bites you a little bit.
No, we did. It was just,
We didn't think far enough.
we thought pretty far.
far, but not this far. We didn't think it would do this.
Yeah, we didn't think that.
Yeah. So yeah,
We
so
trusted
it'll
it
definitely
too much.
it'll be addressed by the time we release community condos. And I think once we finish global chat, that's gonna be my next big project.
Which is really close.
Which is very close, like alarmingly close. It kills me how close it is. It was almost in the Halloween update. That's how close it is. There just needs to be a little bit more smidgens.
Zach's working really hard on the chat widget right now, actually. Make it.
Yeah. Oh god, it's so
like,
good.
Yeah, it's really cool. All right. The revolver is still listed on Trello. Will be an obtainable gun, or is it intended for mini games? So right now it's just mini games because didn't have time to add it as a weapon. I do want to add it as a weapon for the condo because it needs to have some weapons and maybe some like kill volumes and stuff that we've been talking about for like making condo mini games and things. Don't know when that's gonna happen, but the revolver is also for other things like Saturday Night Live. That's actually probably gonna end up being a weapon. So it's kind of like a multi-use. I do think for a while it's gonna be only minigame. We'll talk about what we're. Obviously, you won't be able to shoot people in the lobby. Only be able to do it in condos and stuff. As a yeah.
Have it just shoot like the cartoon flag that says "bang."
Oh god. Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Bang.
It ended up being pretty
Reload.
useful for the minigame. Because there's some more non-Halloween minigames that I'll end up using the revolver for. Will a secret surf map be added to the plaza? If it was
No?
secret, we wouldn't tell you.
Yeah, if it's secret, then that kind of I'm just gonna say no.
What's this
Blanket.
surf everyone's talking about?
What?
What?
Where
What?
were you?
You don't.
Where have you been?
I don't know what
past
surfing
10
is.
years?
Do you belong here?
What? I don't know what
How do you
surfing
not
is.
know what
I
surf is?
I saw Bowie
It's
like
when you're
walk
slamming
around.
along ramps. That thing.
I thought okay. All
That's
right.
called surfing.
Calm down.
God,
I'm sorry.
It's like you've never played a video game in your life.
Look, I just play Counter Strike to shoot people. I didn't know there was this whole like
You didn't
surf
play
thing.
surf in your life?
No, I don't know what that is.
I'm disowning you.
All right, I'm sorry.
Goodbye,
Alright,
son.
Bison.
get through some more of these questions.
Bison.
Good bison.
What's the Halloween exchanger? So, I assume that means the one on the Trello for the next update. If you have Forgotten Remains, we don't want to make it so that you just kind of hold on to those forever. I mean, you can if you want, but we would like to have an option for you to just go up to someone and exchange the Forgotten Remains past the Halloween events. So with the Autumn Plaza coming out, there's no cauldron anymore. It's not Halloween anymore. Instead, there is in the celebrations. There's this skeleton guy. Talk to him, and he'll exchange the Forgotten Remains you have left over. That way, you still do that. That's what it is. Literally all there is. Got a little bit of dialogue because we. And I do think like for future holidays, he'll probably end up being the same, but changed holiday stuff like that. So if we do a Christmas holiday event that's kind of similar to Forgotten Remains, they'll be used there. Although I think we're gonna change it, obviously. Lame to do. We're still talking about. Anyways, next question is trading a myth that will never come. So trading is something that we're still talking about. It's not something that we can just turn on and turn off. Once it's on, it's on. It changes everything about the economy. I don't know what to say yet. Where we're leaning towards or anything, we're kind of still in the middle. Trading. just turn it off,
What?
but it's like not alright to turn that off. Anyways, yeah, we still need to have like a real big talk about trading, but we did do like a little community poll quite a while ago about like the marketplace and Steam market. It's kind of like introductory to trading, but I don't know what our plans are. I think right now it's not something we want to investigate because we're still developing the game. Probably if we ever do trading, way towards the end of the project, everything is done and polished, and then we can start looking into that. So it'll be a while. Next question is: Workshop is going to be launched early or mid 2018? So Workshop is something that Zach's been working on recently, as well as the global chat. Hi, Zach.
That's me.
It's had some crazy progress. Talk about it.
I kind of I was looking to get Workshop done this month, but I ended up working on global chat a lot. So I think based on how much progress I've been making, I want to get it done like at the beginning of 2018. Status report on that, for anyone who doesn't know, is that I got a model compiler tool working. You can take an OBJ file and it will convert to our model format, and you can load it up in the game. It does texture maps, it does normal maps, it does all the geometry conversions correctly now. The stuff that needs to be done is I need to actually get the Workshop downloading figured out, but I have a test project that just uploads and downloads stuff from Workshop, and that works. I just need to integrate that into Unreal. And then after that, I need to get skeletal meshes working. So I need to look at how the GPU skinning shader works in Unreal and target that correctly, and then retarget the bones on the custom mesh, fit the player geometry in the game, the player skeleton, and for player models.
Kind of break that down a little bit though for them.
I can break it down a little bit better. I was just kind of like listing it off my head.
Yeah.
Basically, you can import like static, non-moving, just regular models. So like if you, for instance, made like a cupcake in your 3D package of choice, and you put all your materials on it and stuff, you could export that to an OBJ file and then convert it to our model format, and then it will appear like in Unreal, and it will be able to do that.
And that's what you have done now, right?
That's what I have done now.
Okay.
It also does physics and collision. So currently there's 2 modes that works in. It will do convex collision, where it just does like a shrink wrap of collision around your model, which is faster and more efficient. There's another option you can do per poly collision, per poly. The thing about that is if you have per poly collision, where it does it like per triangle on your mesh, you can't do physics on it. It won't simulate physics. So if you want to get physics, you're going to have to do the conversion. So what that basically means is if you wanted to make a mesh that was like a cathedral and put it in your condo or whatever, you would do per poly on that probably. And if you did that, you wouldn't be simulating physics on that, so you couldn't like move.
Can't throw it around like a basketball.
Can't throw it around like a basketball, but you wouldn't really want to in that case anyway.
I don't know.
So it has those 2 collision modes, so it's just based on how you want your mesh to be simulated collision-wise. You can set that up. The next thing we wanted to do was player models, and that's where skeletal animation comes in. And that's a bit tricky because the way Unreal does skeletal animations they use GPU skinning, so it happens on the graphics card. I've set up all the vertex formats to do that, I just have to make the model format, port that, and set it up. But basically, the way that would work is you would make your player model of choice in your 3D package of choice, and you would rig it against a skeleton that we would provide. Or the other thing I was thinking is that you'd make your own skeleton and then like map it. You basically parent your skeleton to our skeleton so that it works in game. One of the two. And then you import that in the game, and you would have your own custom player model. Progress on that is going to take a little bit longer because I have to do research and figure out how to package that data properly for Unreal. But I'm looking to have both of those modes, both of those types of meshes done basically at the beginning of next year. Have something we can ship. There currently isn't a user interface for the tool, and Scott, Louis has talked about working on some Sharp UI for that. We were going to kind of blast that.
Yep.
So currently, it's just a command prompt, program. You just execute command line. You just say like, make model, and then specify where your OBJ file is. Does everything. That's the state of Workshop at this point. And yeah, I guess the long answer short is probably beginning of 2018 if everything goes well, if I can get everything figured out.
Well, that's Workshop, right? I'm really excited about Workshop.
Yeah.
Should we blast through a few of these other questions real quick? Like,
if they're fast.
There's some really fast. All right.
I want to get dinner, so.
Okay. Yeah, same here. Since he's a duplicate item with Copycat Gun, can you enable snapping and stuff while you're duplicating items? Currently, right now, it does not have snapping, Peter. But I do want to add that after its initial release. So, will the scaler tool have any upwards or downward limits? So yes, but they're not like too restricting. We just have to do some like downward limits, and there might be some, because otherwise it's just going to disappear. There might be some other items that you just can't scale, just due to some limitations. But otherwise, yeah, we'll try to make it pretty open. Snowball fights. We're still talking about the Christmas stuff, which leads to the next question. Will there be a Christmas event? We hope to have like a winter holiday event in December. So we are still planning that, talking about it. Do you know the plaza actually being worked on as well? Nightclub win. Right now, the only thing I have is the Trello. So check the Trello for that. Have any on the nightclubs?
I have a tiny bit of news.
Zach has a tiny.
I figured out how to get SoundCloud streaming working again in this project.
Yeah, because they like totally changed their API, right?
Yeah. I got to look into kind of like how to that work legally.
Yeah, we could talk about that.
I've been working on tech to make that possible and do FFT on it. Possible.
All right, real quick again. Will the fish models that are client side look different from those shown, and will there be variety in those models? There will be like a standard client side fish. They'll have variety in shape, but you won't actually know what the fish is until you actually catch it. Right now, I just have like a basic model. What happens if
they make it like a dark blob?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I want to do. What happens if an unused Forgotten Remains Halloween event? There will be a person in Celebrations in the Autumn Plaza that will exchange those for you. Question was about unlimited scaling. that will the scaling tool will be in after the autumn update. So just a little bit more time on that one. Are there going to be other things to catch other than fish? Yes. I don't know. I don't want to tell you what they. Yes. Can you make the player hold up the fish Zelda style when they catch one? That is actually kind of similar to what we have in mind. So, do you have like plans to have something to display the fish? And will Surf ever be a game mode? We talked about this earlier. I don't think we're gonna.
No.
I don't
Doing
think
your
we-
damn condos.
Yeah, go do it in your Oh my gosh, Jesus. Jesus.
You threw me off of that.
No. All right. I'm ending
When
it
you think
there.
about Surf, it's not technically a game mode. I mean, there's not really a game to it. It's more like a thing that you do.
Yeah.
It's just different movement.
Yeah.
And we're talking about the one where you take the board and you go into the water. And
No.
you surf on
Yep,
waves,
that's
right?
the one with the wave.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna end it there. Sorry if we didn't get to your questions. You can ask them all day, every day on our forums. We will answer them all day, every day.
And don't forget
Well,
the-
not
Okay.
all day because we have to.
Okay,
And,
well,
like,
except for
live?
when we sleep. All right, yeah.
Sometimes a good 12 hours of the
Yeah,
day.
a good 12 hours of the day. Yeah.
You'll see it eventually.
Yes.
Um,
Pretty quick on the
Oh.
forum.
don't forget
When?
to check out our Trillo as well.
Oh yeah.
When's our next stream?
Next stream is the 24th. The next Friday. So
We're going back to Friday.
yeah,
so-
let me clarify. We wanted to change the streams to Tuesdays, and it ended up being disastrous this week, and then we switched to Thursday, and then that didn't work out. So, yeah, we're kind of figuring out the stream stuff, but I'm pretty sure we're gonna lock in on the Fridays still. Just kind of keep that.
Gotta keep you guys on your toes, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the
Or,
Halloween
post
stuff.
Thanksgiving present.
Oh yeah, true. The Halloween stuff kind
When's
of
Thanksgiving?
threw a
Stream over.
wrench in the whole thing.
No, it's
Stream
not
over?
We're doing
So stream.
Q&A.
Oh,
No.
it's still going.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Say hi to everybody, Johanna.
I am on my laptop. My desktop computer is dead.
Oh, God.
You saw it happen in real time.
That happened live.
Live.
Emma's
And
paint
they say
killed
we don't do our stunts live.
Yeah, so thanks for watching stream. We had some technical issues, but that's what happens. Some.
Is that what you call that?
Yeah.
Catastrophic meltdown.
Minor inconvenience.
It's been a
Sudden,
slow die.
uncontrolled
It's
shutdown.
been slowly dying for like a week, but I didn't expect it to completely die during the stream. Like it's completely dead.
Wow.
Amazing.
Well,
Did that happen to Will once as well?
oh, it happened to Fui once. He was showing stuff off
Hey,
and
was
this
that
computer just
Counter-Strike?
died.
Yep, it's Counter-Strike.
Anyway, bye everyone.
All right, bye.
Eat a good balanced
Bye.
breakfast.
Bye.
Don't-
Happy Thanksgiving.
Don't listen to
Brush your
Cabooses' advice.
teeth.
It's actually terrible.
Eat your vegetables,
Devour whole chicken.
Done.
Goodbye.
but make sure you
Preferably
cook
cooked.
it. Yeah,
Have a great
Uncooked.
you'll get
Thanksgiving.
worms.
Has it ended
Worm.
yet?
It's turkey.
Celebrate.
I'm ending it. It's gone.